adding the words which were not originally part of the original sentence. Now, extra words in write from dictation are acceptable, but we want to make sure we limit it to maximum of 2 to 3 extra words only, and we do not want to overdo this thing. Okay, please do not go in the exam and go crazy with this that you get a sentence which is 10 words and you end up typing a sentence of 20 words. Like that is not what you want to do. As we know, Pearson is getting stricter day by day. We don't want to fall into that kind of category where you overdo something, you get one of the lucky ones that your exam gets picked up to be checked by a human. And see, it is at their discretion at the end of the day. If they find all these things where you are adding those extra words, it is completely under their discretion of reducing your scores. And you can't challenge them in the future that why did you deduct my marks? Because they're never going to first of all reveal as to where did they deduct your marks. And even if you figure it out, you still can't do anything about it because that is not what they encourage. So we can use it, but all I say is you use it when it's an absolute emergency. When you absolutely need it, yes, you can add an extra word only in that particular case. Now, what are those emergencies? The common one would be spelling. Like if you are confused between two different spelling of a word, like you are unsure either this one is correct or that one is correct. In that case, if you end up typing both of the words, that is a good place to type an extra word because out of those two, whichever one is the correct spelling, you will get marks for it. And for the other word which was spelled incorrectly, computer simply ignores it. There's no negative marking in write from dictation. You don't lose any marks for typing any wrong words. So they simply ignore it out. So let's say if my sentence was today is a bright sunny day in Adelaide, you end up typing bright like this, and you also end up spelling bright like this. You're confused between these two spellings. In that case, when you type both, you get marks for the correct one. They ignore the one which was incorrect. Another place where you can add an extra word would be the most common one, singular plural, which is many students where they get confused. And that is if the word was spoken as a singular word or a plural word. If you're confused, you can put both. You were confused with apple or apples. See, one way is definitely to read out the sentence and figure out grammatically, do you have to put a plural word or a singular? But if that's not coming to you, if you're unable to figure that out, in that case, when you type down both, you will get marks for the correct one, and they will ignore the word which was spelled incorrectly. Same rule applies for past and present words. If you're confused, did they say that D or ED sound at the back of a word or not? Again, just to play it safe, you can type down both. They said conserve. Or did they say conserved? You're unsure because the accent was very heavy, you could not really understand it, or the audio was very quick, you could not really figure it out. Grammatically, it's not really coming to